Hello everyone and welcome to the video. Today we are going to explore Trello and talk about how we use this tool in HowToCOS. In our program, courses are based on tasks and projects rather than frontal lessons and exams. Tasks are blocks of content with a specific goal for students to achieve. For example, what knowledge or skill will you have after this task? In the process of learning, students are in the role of a professional who attempts to solve a problem, and in order to do that, you need to read, research, discuss, write, document, present, and practice to get the job done. The teacher is the mentor who sets the main frame of the course and supports the students on their learning path. They introduce you to tools, concepts, examples, give you feedback, answer your questions, and draw attention to mistakes or possibilities to improve. Trello helps us display all tasks, live sessions, and different forms of asynchronous learning. The idea is to keep all important information about your courses organized and in one place. Each course group gets their own board, where the current semester is displayed with cards. When the semester begins, all cards start in the first two columns: syllabus and tasks. Each course has one syllabus card with the basic course information and grading criteria, and several event and task cards with a matching label. For example, this is a syllabus card of a course Interface Design and Topography, and then we have matching event and task cards here. They are linked together, so you always see which other cards are relevant to this course. Sometimes cards can carry a language label, especially if a certain session might be held in a different language than English. If you want to filter cards to only see selected ones, press F on your keyboard, and then you can decide which label you want to see. For example, I can choose Information Architecture and only see the cards that carry this label, or I don't know, I will choose Open Space and Portfolio 2, and then also add I want to see only cards with a certain person as well, and there you have it. When you want to close the search, just click here. If you want to see what cards are relevant for a certain week or month, switch to the calendar view in Trello. This helps you look at all the cards in a calendar-like manner, so you can see which events will happen. They always have a prefix of a date and time in their title, and when certain tasks are due. If you want to find information about a certain course, always start with a syllabus card. Let's go and check out the Information Architecture syllabus. Usually this card is also linked in the course Slack channel. So if you go to Slack, you will find it somewhere in the beginning. As the card opens, we see the title of the course, the member, which is the teacher, a description of the teaching goals, the methods, literature that is needed, and in the end always the grading criteria. In the very beginning of the description you also always see what the workload of the course will be. So these numbers tell you how much contact time a teacher will have for you. In this example, 30 teaching units, so 30 times 45 minutes, and how many hours of work this course will take to acquire credit points. So this course will require 50 hours of work per student. Further down in the card, you can also find useful links. All of the task cards and events and every other card that is connected to this course. Sometimes there are more that are hidden and you have to expand it. And then other attachments. And usually always have a link to the corresponding Slack channel and a Zotero collection of the course. Task cards can be located either through syllabus, like here. So if you click on it, you come to the task, or directly from the Trello board. So you search for it in the task column, or maybe they're already in the doing column. Either way, when you open the card, the general layout is similar to the syllabus card. You have the title, which tells you which task it is, and also it covers the workload, so the expected amount of hours you're supposed to invest into this task. Then you have the member, which reveals who the teacher is. If there are several teachers in the course, this will tell you who will mentor you in this particular task. Then you have the due date of the card, which tells you when this task should be done and all of the work should be over. Description always aims to define the goal and to reveal what you're going to learn and what you should be able to do after this chunk of the course is complete. And then there should be a detailed and clear set of instructions on what there is to do, when is the deadline, and how many hours of work you expected to invest in it. Ideally, they would also link their slide decks, Google Docs that are in use in the course, and any additional other literature that you might need. Every task has a final deadline when all the work in it needs to be completed, and you move to the next learning block of the course, or the course ends. That date is marked as the due date of the card, and as the due date approaches, Trello will highlight this date yellow and then finally red when the card is past its due date and the work should be done. Tasks often end in presenting your work in groups to your colleagues, the teacher, and sometimes to a real stakeholder. You will also often publish your learnings in a post at our Open Educational Resources website or in your own portfolio. The teacher then evaluates your work, gives you feedback and a grade. Trello can also connect with Slack. So, for example, for the course Interface Design and Typography, the teacher might ideally link the syllabus or the cards with Slack in this way. Besides tasks, Trello also holds all of the event cards, which together form a kind of a calendar of all the asynchronous and synchronous sessions of the semester. Every event card starts with a date and an hour. These two pieces of information in the title tell you when the session will start. This data must always match the due date of the card, which determines the position of it in the calendar. You will also see how long a session will be. These both numbers represent the amount of units a teacher will offer you and the equivalent of your workload for you. The card might have a description, but often there will be attachments which will link the relevant task card or other sessions that will follow this particular one. All of the work needs to be documented in Trello so that you can plan your work ahead, know when you need to be present and active, and when an asynchronous approach is possible. If anything changes during the semester, teachers are responsible for updating the information in Trello cards, and you are responsible for making sure they do that and reminding them if necessary. There can't be any changes in the course that aren't visible in Trello. If they happen, first speak to the teacher directly and ask them to write the changes down in the cards, or if that doesn't succeed, contact the COS core team and let us know what the problem is and help us find a way to update the cards so that everyone can rely on the accuracy of the information again. Every course also has the last deadline. No additional events or tasks can be added after that date, as this would interfere with other courses in the semester. A teacher cannot extend the course even if something happened in between and you have run out of time to complete something. The beginning and the end time of the course have to stay the same. Also, if any exercises are given to you that are not documented in Trello, you don't have to do them. When semester progresses, the cards will move through the board. As soon as a certain task becomes active, it will be moved to the doing column, and stay there until its deadline when the work should be finished. Then it will move to documentation and grading, which is the time when any blog posts are written, when teachers give you their feedback and work on grading their tasks. As soon as the grades come into the official FHUANEUM system, the card then becomes completed. We highly encourage you to use both available views in Trello. The first one, the calendar view, is most useful to keep track of the deadlines and session dates, so you always see what is due when and when certain events happen. But the regular view, especially the doing column, shows active tasks with longer deadlines better. It also follows the card after it's past the due date, and it helps you see when you can expect the grades. At the end of the semester, all cards end up in the completed column and the work is done. The Trello cycle has completed, and now it's time for a new semester when we do it all again. Thank you for watching this video, and if you want to follow up on this topic, you can share your questions, comments and tips in the Trello Tips channel in Slack.